Last week, we started blowing up our friend's kitchen.
This week, we're going to get started building new upper cabinets that will go all the way to the ceiling.
This is one of Andrea's most incredible projects to date, so welcome to the adventures of my DIY wife and her non-handy husband.
Before we get started, we want to say thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Roborock. This is Roborock's Q5 Plus model, which is a vacuum-only robot. It's designed with Roborock's proven technologies like LiDAR sensing and app control. The Q5 Plus model is compatible with their auto empty dock, and if you've used any other brands of robot vacuums before, you know what an awesome feature this is. With other vacuums that I've used, if I forgot to empty it after each use, it wasn't able to clean very well with the vacuum being full. You can go 7 weeks without emptying the dust bag, and it is able to effectively filter pollen out of the air, which is extremely helpful if you have allergies. Roborock also has a maximum suction power of 2700 PA.
Hey, I just want to tell you you're doing a really great job. Thank you. Okay, bye.
When a carpet or rug is detected, automatic carpet boost will increase the suction power to the maximum for a more thorough clean. Thanks to Roborock's LiDAR system, it's able to scan and map your home quickly and precisely so it can work efficiently and never miss places to clean. Within the Roborock app, you can take a look at your home and get a clear understanding of your home's layout with 3D mapping. You can even add furniture and floor materials to get a more accurate representation of your home. Multi-level mapping systems automatically recognize different levels in your home. All you have to do is put the robot down, and up to 4 levels are supported. So if you live in a crazy mansion with 4 levels, then this will still work for you. You can also set routines for when you want your vacuum to clean and how high you want the suction to be. You can create no-go zones or invisible walls to seal off any areas you may not want the vacuum to go, which in our home is the playroom full of Legos. If you're interested in a Roborock vacuum, be sure to click our link in the description to find a model that fits your needs.
This is our friend's house, and they've hired us to transform their kitchen and main living spaces. Last week, we started demoing their kitchen, and it was quite the adventure. But let's back up a bit, because before demo even started, we went over to their house to do a bit of planning.
All right, so we are heading over to our friend's house, and before we even start demo, I'm gonna go get some final measurements for the cabinets that we're gonna be building so we can go get materials and really be set up to get started before we make a huge mess of their kitchen.
Whoa, look at that house. No, we forgot your doggy treats today.
I'm sorry. We'll bring them next time.
And once again, our friend surprised us with something delicious.
Hey, don't mind if I do.
All right, do a little taste test here for you. Oh. Seriously, these are delicious and nutritious, kind of.
I started by getting exact measurements of all of the upper cabinets because I plan to build new upper cabinets that go all the way to the ceiling. During demo, we worked hard to remove all of these existing upper cabinets and worked even harder to remove these fur downs that serve absolutely no purpose. This will allow us to take the cabinets all the way to the ceiling, making the room feel bigger, the ceilings feel taller, and give them a little extra storage space.
Your level of excitement on this project is really off the charts.
So the plan in here is we're gonna keep all of the same lowers, but we are going to be getting new cabinet doors. That's called refacing your cabinets. And then building new uppers that go all the way up to the ceiling, and it is going to make this space feel so much more open, so much bigger. And then on the refrigerator wall, we will be building an entire wall of cabinets around the refrigerator just for a little bit more storage space and a really cool feature.
It's gonna look good.
It is gonna look good, I'm excited.
All right, so we wanted to take a quick pause and say that we discovered recently that nearly 70% of our viewers are not subscribed to this channel. So if you're enjoying this content, if you're following along with us, would you do us the simple favor of hitting that subscribe button, and let's get back into the project. All right, so we're here in the Home Depot parking lot. Andrea is doing some very complicated math, some rocket science. So we're gonna take her drawing, her dimensions, go inside and get materials to build the upper cabinet boxes. Is that correct?
Correct. So we'll be using 3/4 inch plywood, whatever they have, maple, birch, paint grade. It's all similarly priced. Crazy, $82 for a sheet of plywood. But since I know how deep the cabinets are, I can have them rip them all down to the correct depth, and then we can fit it in our minivan easier.
All right, let's do it. Let's get in there. Go for it.
Go for it.
Don't worry, folks. I'm a professional. Me and wood get along really well together. All right, it's modern day miracle. We got them, folks. Well, you might notice that we're not loading any wood right now. Well, we ran into a bit of a problem, eh?
Just a little bit. So we have done this so many times where we have them rip down the plywood. Today, for some reason, the blade was cutting kind of like at a wobbly angle, and so a lot of the boards, if you look down the side, it was like this, and I'm like, that will not work for cabinetry.
And we lost, what, about an hour?
An hour.
But what else are we gonna do? We're gonna move forward and make it work, so it's all you can do.
We're gonna
move
have
forward.
some sheets delivered. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, it turned out that the delivery truck was actually broken down for the next 2 weeks, so we had to go to plan C, and we borrowed a truck from our good friend to pick up the materials for these cabinets. I feel tough, I feel Texan, I got a truck. You just wait, these are gonna turn into beautiful kitchen cabinets. Oh, go, go! I love you, truck. Sometimes you gotta slap a truck on the butt.
After taking the truck back, we were finally ready to set up our work area and get started on these cabinets. But before I even made my first cut, we ran into another delay.
What happened here?
My rip cut guide just broke. We seriously cannot get started on these cabinets. It's like one thing after another.
So what happens now?
Back to Lowe's. With a brand new rip cut guide for my circular saw, we were finally ready to get started for real this time.
Is it gonna work this time?
What?
Never mind.
I started by ripping down all of the plywood to the depth that I would need for the cabinets.
Two down, how many to go?
Not too many. I mean, I need 6 of these total, and then I'll work on the deeper cabinets.
Okay.
This is the easy part. The cabinets around the refrigerator will be deeper than the other upper cabinets, and so I adjusted my rip cut guide and continued ripping down the rest of the plywood.
And this process definitely took a while, so I tried to keep things fun. Let me get this for you, babe. Let me get it for you.
Oh, thanks. No, babe! I need that board!
Do you? Oh, this is good looking wood.
That one can be a javelin. Nice throw.
Thank you. Let me take care of this for you.
Oh, thanks. One more.
Buenamas.
After I finished ripping down all of the plywood, I needed my miter saw to make the rest of the cuts, and so I hired Dean's help to get that out.
I hate this thing. You're so heavy! Guess what, buddy? I'm eating pizza for lunch. What are you eating? Wood.
All right, so we have all of the plywood ripped down, and that's for the depth of our cabinet, but we're gonna run over to our friend's house and measure one more time just to make sure I have all of the widths and the heights exact, because that needs to be really precise.
I hope you're okay with driving. I forgot my license inside. Also, I have to film a cool driving montage.
You probably got stopped.
You're having the best time of your life.
Once we stepped inside, we saw that our friends had made a big upgrade of their own. Babe, look at this new refrigerator. Oh my gosh. It's looking good.
All right, upgrade.
Wow. And it's counter depth. Look at that. That looks so good.
Okay, just check the goods. Oh, goodness. They left a note. Let me read this.
Dear Dean and Andrea, mostly Dean, we're sorry that we weren't able to bake fresh, delicious cookies for you today. That's because we have normal lives and we don't bake cookies every day. We don't have time to bake cookies every day for you crazies. But rest assured, one of these days, there will be more fresh baked cookies waiting in that little glass container for the delight of your heart and soul. Goodbye.
I might have been being a bit paranoid wanting to measure again, but I really wanted to triple check my measurements before we started making more cuts for these cabinets. I'm still glad we made this trip though, because I was able to confirm that all of my measurements were spot on, and I now am 100% confident moving forward.
Wait, I've discovered something here. This is a good sign. It's a very good sign. You catch my drift? These... How'd the measuring go?
Great. The key to success is writing on a paper plate.
That's what the real pros do.
I forgot to bring paper and I don't know where their paper is. Once we got back with my triple checked measurements, I put a new blade on the miter saw and started making the final cuts for these cabinets. At this point, I really had to focus and try and get the rest of these boards cut, because in less than an hour, we had a really special event that we did not want to be late for.
All right, how many more do you have left?
3.
Okay, we can't be late for our special appointment. Hurry, babe, hurry. We're running out of time.
Last one.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right, well, we got to get cleaned up quick because we have a very important event to get to.
Important.
Come on, man, we got to go.
We got ourselves cleaned up and made it just in the nick of time.
So what time does it start again?
2.
Oh, we're going to make it in plenty of time. There's our little blueberry.
1, 2, 3.
Go, Asher.
The next day, we were ready to jump back in and start assembling these cabinets.
Banana boat. Love that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so I have cut all of the plywood pieces for my cabinet boxes, and next I'm going to be assembling them using pocket holes. So I'm going to make pocket holes on all of the top and bottom of each box so that I can screw those into my sides, and it's going to be a lot of pocket holes.
All right, I like the matching gloves. I like it. We've hit a bit of a snag. What's happening here?
The collar on that is stuck.
That looks effective.
I don't know how else to get it off. After I finally got it working again, I was able to finish up the rest of these pocket holes.
And the heat was definitely playing tricks on Andrea's mind.
Andrea is currently looking for her tape measure,
Thanks.
which was residing approximately 6 inches from the stack of boards that you're looking for. Water break!
Holy cow, I'm dripping sweat.
Because it's like 95 degrees, man.
It's probably hotter than that.
So how are you doing on your daily challenge here? Looks like you're on keep chugging.
The breeze feels good when the wind blows.
Oh yeah, it brings it down to like the lower 90s,
It
yeah?
does, I know. We need to go jump in that pool.
Oh, we should go jump in that pool.
So next I'm actually going to be routing a little 1/4-inch groove along the back side of all of these plywood panels, and that is because I'm going to, for the back of all of my boxes, be sliding in a sheet of 1/4-inch plywood into those grooves before I attach the top part of it. And once you set up a router like this, it's super easy to do. I have a little 1/4 inch straight bit, and then this router comes with this guide. So I've got this all set up and ready to go, and hopefully this process goes fast.
This router also makes a really pleasant sound.
There's a lot left. This is taking a little bit longer than I thought.
You got this, babe. I believe in you.
Andrea finished routing out these boards and then went MIA on me.
I'm investigating what's going on over here. Hey, excuse me. What are you doing?
I'm backwashing the pool filter.
I think you're thinking about getting in this pool, are you not?
I want to swim.
All right, so what's next?
More sunscreen.
Sounds like a good idea. Cameraman and sunscreen applier. Okay, so what's next?
So I'm gonna go ahead and start assembling some of the cabinet boxes, and then we will likely call it quits after that, and then come back tomorrow, cut the backs of the cabinets so we can hopefully finish the cabinets. It ended up being so late in the day that I was only able to assemble 2 of the small boxes, but thankfully that put us in a good position the next day to be able to finish everything up. All right, so it's the next day. We're gonna try and beat the heat today. We got out here early and hopefully can get these cabinets assembled. I'm gonna start out by figuring out the size that I need for the back panels, which I'm gonna be using that 1/4 inch plywood for. Then I'll cut that down, we'll slide those in, start assembling the cabinets, and see how far we can get before it gets too hot to work anymore.
Yeah. Pouring sand on me. Still don't like you.
Okay, so before I slide in the backs, I'm actually going to attach these spare 1x3s that I had, and these I'm going to use to be able to screw through these into the wall just to give me something really sturdy to attach the cabinets to the wall, because these are my upper cabinets that aren't going to be resting on anything below them.
That's a baby hammer.
That's a baby hammer. I took it from one of our babies. First cabinet box assembled, minus the face frame and filling my pocket holes on the bottom, but
It looks pro.
it worked. It does look pro, doesn't it? I'm feeling pretty proud. After assembling the first cabinet box, I moved on to the second, and it was so exciting to see these finally start to look like cabinets. Glue.
You look just like Tinkerbell.
I don't look like Tinkerbell. Cabinet number 2. Look at these. So it'll be like upper cabinet, vent hood, upper cabinet, and then we're gonna do that hutch cabinet. I'll build the hutch one next because I like order.
Good work.
Yeah. After finishing the 2 smaller upper cabinets, I moved on to this larger hutch cabinet, which will actually go from countertop to ceiling and have glass doors. Okay. So I realized I could really use a longer clamp, which means it's time for my daily trip to Lowe's. One of the daily trips.
All right, you're back.
Heavy, expensive clamp. But it's called the Cabinet Master. I felt like it was really appropriate.
Did you film yourself in Lowe's like I asked? What kind of amateur are you?
You asked me and I'm like, yeah, I'll do it.
You can build custom cabinets,
I
but
am
you
a
can't
builder,
even film yourself
Not
buying a clamp
filmer,
from Lowe's.
and I'm not a filmer and I'm not a social media person.
This is why we're a team.
That's why we're a team.
Because you're always going this fast.
I'm ready. We gotta beat the heat. It's already starting to get really hot.
It's already getting cranked up hot out here. That's one big clamp.
The big clamp ended up being worth every penny, as it was so helpful to be able to tightly clamp everything together as I was screwing it in. And once I finished this larger box, I arranged them on the ground like they would be in the kitchen, and it was starting to look really good. It looks pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Because these will have, 2 doors. My bottom 2, I'm probably going to do reeded glass in here.
Just building custom cabinets in the driveway. No big deal. Just another day in the office for the DIY wife.
This is pretty cool. Once I finished assembling this last cabinet box for the range wall, I filled these pocket holes in that would be visible on the inside of the cabinet, and they do actually make plugs for these, but the ones I had were not fitting for some reason, and so I just filled the entire hole with wood filler.
Yeah, you better drink that water. It's starting to heat up.
See if we can finish assembling all the other cabinets now.
Let's do it.
Next, I started assembling the cabinet boxes for around the refrigerator. As you can see, these cabinets are a lot deeper and wider, and so this extra large clamp came in really handy. Okay, I'm gonna get glue. Finally, I started assembling the last cabinet box that would go above the refrigerator. I continued with the same process of assembling the bottom and the sides of the cabinet box first, then attaching that brace piece across the top back, then sliding in the 1x4 backing, and then finally attaching the top of the cabinet box. After finishing assembling the boxes for the refrigerator wall, I was able to line them up and attach the shelf that would divide between the upper and lower cabinet.
Is that it? You done?
Woo. Done until next week. That's where we are. Oh my gosh, it's getting hot. Can you picture it? Pantry cabinet above the fridge. We'll have like movable shelves in there.
Wow, girl.
Dane's filming me. Still have like the 1x2 face frame that goes on all of it.
Oh, yay.
And then
Well, there's only one way to cap off this week of work.
ice cream. Oh no, Jersey Mike's.
Yay.
We're taking a break until next week. We're gonna get all this put away, ready to start fresh next week.
Well, amazing job on building these cabinets. And this is another one of those projects where it's like, this is the very reason why I made this channel and picked up a camera, is because the projects that this girl does are just mind-blowing, and it's so cool to see her in her element. You have absolutely crushed it this week.
Yeah, this is my first time building kitchen cabinets. I mean, I've done similar stuff, of course, like the closets and the bathroom vanity, so I've got the general idea of it, but still, it's a little bit more intimidating, but I'm really pleased with how much work we were able to get done this week, and we're so close to being finished with these cabinets.
Well, join us next week as Andrea finishes out these cabinets. We're gonna be taking them into this space, measuring for doors, and Andrea's gonna be building a custom vent hood for their kitchen. So very exciting things in the week to come, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Jump cuts of me backing up the pan, getting the materials out.
She's extremely focused right now.
Oh, I'm gonna have my face frames.
I don't honestly know what's happening, but she sure does.
Ow! Dang it. I just bonked my head.
You got some beef with me? You want to fight?
Get on the banana boat. There you go. All right, diaries of a cabinet builder. How's it going so far?
Good, just got a little sawdust in my eyes.
There you have it, folks. The behind-the-scenes scoop from a real cabinet maker. This gal right here. I like this new skin exfoliation method you got going on here. That looks really good. Wow.
It's my new sunblock.
Oh yeah. Is that banana boat? It is very hot.
We picked the week when there's like abnormal like heat wave coming through Texas, and it is upper 90s in May. That's hot for even Texans.
I think the only thing that's missing is the cookie jar. But let's go on a hunt. Let's go on a hunt. Oh, what a did a da 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 da.